Hi, welcome to the program. I'm John Armentrout with Muffler Masters, and before we had an infomercial about our popular Flowmaster dual exhaust on trucks, and I can't tell you just how great that's been. We've just sold literally thousands of duals for trucks, and today I want to give you an update on some things that we're doing differently now, some new products that we have added to our line, and go over and show those products with you so you'll be aware of the new things that are happening here at Muffler Masters. First of all, as we told you before, we have the black chrome tips, which go real well with dark trucks. You know, when you have a black bumper or a truck that has dark accents. We have a Camaro tip. We have our diesel tips for the performance diesel trucks. We have the large 4-inch tip for those guys that really like it loud. That long, big tip makes the truck even louder than normal. So for people that really like it loud, that's a great one. Of course, our traditional tips here that we've always had. And what's new is we got the Chevrolet bow tie tip that people like that have Chevrolets. We've got a resonator type oval tip. We've still got all our other oval tips here. We've got dual tips. We've got our new fat tips that actually have air gap so they're not near as hot when you touch them. And we've got smaller tips for people that don't want as big tips sitting out of the back of their car. They want something more conservative or something shorter, and these are more reasonable tips too, so you don't have as much money tied in it. But remember one thing about tips from Muffler Masters: every single one of them is stainless steel. So what you have when you get them is no rusting. These are tips put on by our competitors in town. When they're put on, they look just as good as mine on the wall. This one happens to be 3 years old and looks like Swiss cheese. You don't want that on your new truck, and neither do I. Most important thing about how I operate is that I oversee that everything gets done correctly. But that's not such a big problem for me because most of my technicians have been with me over 20 years. I have very few technicians that have less than 20 years experience. In fact, my son is probably the least experienced man I have, and he has 15 years experience. So the rest of them are 20-year plus people, and I have one guy that's been with me since 1976. The thing that bothers me the most with places is that they try to get too much done in a short period of time. In other words, they try to speed the job up. When you do that, you're going to have problems with it. I mean, if you're in a big hurry, there's going to be leaks in the joints. The hangers aren't going to be attached right on your pipes. They'll rattle. There's a lot of problems that come with doing quick work in a muffler shop. You know, if you don't have the pipes correctly bent, this is all custom done, the dual work that we do. So if you haven't done it for a long time, you better not be doing it, because it's very tedious. It's almost like an art, bending a pipe, And people think they can weld sometimes. I've had people come in here to work for me and say they could weld, but they can't weld to the standards we want welding done at. My guys weld everything completely around the joints, and when we finish the work, we raise the car and check each joint to make sure there's not even as much as a pinhole leak in them. We think that extra time is worthwhile for the customer's sake, that he won't have any problems. We have hangers, for instance. The hanger we use in our dual job, this hanger is different than most shops use. The benefit of this type of hanger is that, number one, your pipes aren't shaking, which is, nobody wants the pipes going back there looking like this. And number two, you have no ripping off of the hangers, no tearing, no dropping, no hanger breaking down where the pipes are sitting there just bouncing around because they're not attached correctly. That can cause big problems. The whole system can drop and break, and get bent and mess up everything if the hangers. It's a little thing, but it keeps you from having pipes banging around and breaking. Dual exhaust that we use here at Muffler Masters is the Flowmaster system. We think, having been in it for 32 years, that this is the best performance product out there for dual exhaust on a truck. You know, we have people buy duals for usually 3 reasons. One is they want to increase their horsepower or their torque on their car. And as you can see, Flowmasters, right out of their catalog, we have a reprint where the increase in torque is 15 foot-pounds and the increase in horsepower is about 20 horsepower. That's quite a bit for what you're paying for this exhaust. But the most impressive thing that it increases is the miles per gallon in gas. This is a very free flow, very efficient system. The body of the muffler, you might be able to zoom in and see from this picture here that the muffler is an open chambered muffler. That means that it's like a house with no furniture in it. It has real simple interior design. What makes it flow good is that it has this patented V fin inside the body of the muffler. When that exhaust comes in and hits that fin, it almost like turbocharges it out the back. And that makes for a very efficient flow of exhaust, which is you know, back pressured real bad from a stock muffler. So when you get the Flowmaster, you get what the muffler says, a Flowmaster. It is the master of flow of anything we've ever seen. All of these step-ups from the Flowmaster line are all about sound control. The Flowmaster, any Flowmaster you buy, whether it's the cheapest one or the most expensive, has a patented V fin in it, which makes the performance of it the same for all of them. You know, so you're not losing any performance or flow by getting a higher number Flowmaster, which is strictly to bring the decibel sound of the exhaust down, in case you're sensitive of the sound level. One product that I also want to mention to you that is really coming on board really great with us now is the diesel performance systems. On a diesel, the big deal with them is to increase the size of your exhaust. Your original exhaust is 3.5 inches, and we sell a turbo back kit. Has all the pipes, mandrel bent, no downsizing, a full-size see-through muffler 4-inch, the tailpipe 4-inch, and of course we have chrome tips for that 4-inch. And that exhaust, why do it? The reason to do it is it gives you better gas mileage, it gives you better performance, and more importantly, it drops your the turbo temperatures down, which allows your turbo to last longer. And we like to do this in a 3-step program. One is increasing the size of your exhaust to make the exhaust more efficient going out. The second is from this product right here, which is the K&N cold air intake. Here we're doing the same thing for the intake as we did for the exhaust. By freeing the intake up, it allows the intake and exhaust to move the air in through the engine and out through the exhaust at a faster clip. We also have these for gas trucks as well, you know. Then on the diesel trucks, once you get the K&N air cleaner and you get the 4-inch exhaust to free up the intake and the exhaust, you're now ready to buy a programmer. And what I'm going to do now is let the Bully Dog representative go over their program and show you the enhancements of a programmer, which can boost your horsepower on a diesel up to as much as 150 horsepower from these 3 elements. It's a 3-stage deal. The 4-inch exhaust, the K&N cold air intake, and the Bully Dog programmer. And she has got one unbelievable presentation for you now.
Hi, I'm Des Anderson. I'm with Bully Dog Technologies, and I'm here to tell you how Bully Dog can help your truck's performance. Bully Dog is known for the incredible power gains our programmers put out. But what sets us apart from our competitors is the high quality product that we put out there, along with customer service and technical support to back them. So let's talk about our programmers and why they are the best in the industry. First of all, a programmer is the most economical way to improve your truck's drivability by increasing the horsepower and torque. And by improving your engine's performance, you will also see an improvement in your fuel economy. The programmer is easy to install. It takes about 10 minutes and it requires no mechanical skills or tools whatsoever.
On a diesel-powered vehicle, adding a programmer is the easiest way to increase your fuel mileage. Doesn't increase your towing capacity, but it does make it a lot easier, a lot more power. It makes the truck a lot more fun to drive. Here at Muffler Masters, they've done all my exhaust work for me. This is my third diesel truck. They've all put a system on every one of them for me. It makes a huge difference. That's one of the first things I do after I get my trucks is I bring it down here and have them put a 4-inch exhaust on it. For the money, you can't beat it.
What makes us stand out in the market is our programmer is the only programmer in the market that has the ability to adjust the settings on the fly. Yes, that means you can actually go from stock to extreme performance while driving down the road. There are two ways you can do this. One is by leaving your programmer plugged into your OB2 port and simply using the up and down arrows on your programmer to adjust your settings. The second way is by using one of our in-cab monitoring systems, which we'll get to in a minute. Another one of the unique features our programmers carry is the ability to transfer it from one vehicle to the next. Our programmer is transferable from one make to another, from 1 year to another. You no longer have to leave your horsepower behind. Take it with you. Now your investment with Bully Dog products will last for many years. Our units are also upgradable. You can do it yourself just by going to our website. There is no need to send it in, and it's free. Internet upgradable, transferable, adjustable on the fly. It doesn't get any better than that. But one of the secrets to our success is the unique Try Before You Buy program. Nobody in this industry has it. We will actually give you free horsepower. And here is how it works. We've developed a tool that we plug into your OB2 port. Download a safe setting of additional horsepower for you to try for 3 days. And what this will do for you is give you additional performance, improved fuel economy, and muscle for those big jobs. This offer will last approximately 3 days, so try before you buy. No one else in the industry offers this program. And here in Pensacola, you can try it right here at Muffler Masters.
One of the biggest objections I have to selling these truck duals with the Flowmaster style muffler is everybody thinks they're loud. That is absolutely wrong. The outside sound of this thing is very aggressive, but the inside cab sound, which is what everybody is worried about, is not loud at all. In fact, I'm going to take you for a ride in my 1999 Chevrolet 327 cubic inch, 5.3 liter, the largest motor they make in Chevrolet, and half-ton truck. And I'm going to prove to you just how quiet these cars are inside with dual exhaust with the big 3.5-inch tips. Follow me. One of the most important things that I confront in selling this exhaust is that people think it's going to be too loud. I just fight that every single day with people my age and over, and even some of the younger folks. They just believe that, you know, this is